Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York.
Mirror World News.
July 20th. 5:01 America, New York. Is Buzz Aldrin still alive? Astronaut's life 53 years on from moon landing. Buzz Aldrin publicly battled alcoholism and had no sense of calling after returning from the very first moon landing in 1969.
New York Times World News.
July 20th. 5 o'clock America, New York. Fighting a brutal regime with the help of a video game. Opponents of the coup in Myanmar have flocked to a new online game that lets players shoot virtual soldiers while raising money for the real-life resistance.
Washington Post World.
July 20th. 5 o'clock America, New York. Report. Brazil authorities turn blind eye to deforestation. Illegal loggers have destroyed some 18,500 square kilometers, 7,100 square miles, of public forests over the past 6 years in the Brazilian Amazon.
Washington Post World.
July 20th. 4:48 America, New York. Pakistan police arrest 2 men accused of gang raping U.S. woman. Pakistan's police say they have arrested at least 2 people after a 21-year-old American woman reported that she was gang raped at a hotel when she was visiting a tourist resort in the eastern Punjab province.
Fox World News.
July 20th. 4:40 America, New York. Sri Lanka's parliament elects Ranil Wickremesinghe as new president to help devastated economy. Sri Lankan lawmakers chose Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe as president to succeed Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who fled the country and resigned by email amid a major economic crisis.
Mirror World News.
July 20th. 4:10 America, New York. Family find clues into missing grandmother who left final message on notepad. Her car was found abandoned, having crashed into a ditch just 2 days after she was reported missing, but she was nowhere to be seen as her family launched a desperate search.
Mirror World News.
July 20th. 4:05 America, New York. Vladimir Putin gets taste of his own medicine as he's kept waiting President Erdogan. Ukrainians seized on Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan's 48-second snub of Vladimir Putin after he arrived in Iran yesterday. A power play often employed by Russia's tyrannical leader.
BBC News World. July 20th. 4 o'clock America, New York. Russia's Putin finds keen ally in rare trip to Iran. For Russia, the Tehran summit was an opportunity to try to show it still has friends and influence.
Washington Post World.
July 20th. 3:59 America, New York. Syria formally breaks diplomatic ties with Ukraine. Syria says it is formally breaking diplomatic ties with Ukraine in response to a similar move by Kyiv.
New York Times World News.
July 20th. 3:14 America, New York. Ranil Wickremesinghe elected president of Sri Lanka. Despite clamor for change amid the country's economic collapse, Ranil Wickremesinghe, who is tied to the exiled former president, was elected by lawmakers to replace him. Considered an ally of the Rajapaksa political dynasty, Ranil Wickremesinghe has little support from a mass protest movement that is calling for change in Sri Lanka.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News.
July 20th. 3:14 America, New York. Sri Lanka Parliament votes in new president. Sri Lanka's acting president is the country's new permanent leader after being selected in a parliament vote. Ranil Wickremesinghe.
New York Times World News.
July 20th. 3 o'clock America, New York. Heat wave complicates global energy crisis and climate fight. First, Russia upended the world energy market, then searing temperatures drove up demand for energy, forcing some of the world's largest economies to scramble to secure power for their citizens. Wildfires in northwest Spain as the nation suffers a major heat wave.
BBC News World.
July 20th. 1:23 America, New York. Sri Lanka. Parliament votes for new president amid crisis. Acting President Ranil Wickremesinghe is the frontrunner, but deeply unpopular with the public.